What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. To our regular viewers, thank you for the support. To our new viewers, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. After his interview on the Joe Budden podcast, everybody is talking about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. talked about many things, including Shannon Sharpe joining the team as a contributor on firsttake and alleging that Shannon Sharpe was forced out of Fox Sports. However, the biggest story from that interview has been about his comments on former firsttake co-host Max Kellerman. Kellerman was one of the many ESPN personalities laid off after parent company Disney decided to cut down the high operating costs. Before Max Kellerman's departure from ESPN, Stephen A. Smith admitted that he pushed for him to get fired. Since the interview, social media users have been busy showing support for Max Kellerman, alleging that Stephen A.'s explanation on Joe Budden's podcast wasn't the full story. Many brought up Terrell Owens' appearance on the show in 2019 on a topic about Colin Kaepernick. In the heat of the debate, Owens told Stephen A., "Sometimes Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A." So this is how the exchange between Stephen A. and Owens started. Owens tweeted facts on the same clip when he told Stephen A. Smith that Max Kellerman was blacker than him, was sounding blacker than him. Then Stephen A. responded with a series of tweets. The first tweet reads, "Same question, same answer for damn near 2 years now. Max and I weren't working in the end. I wanted to win, so I didn't want that duo. Does not mean he isn't smart, talented, and that he's not a good guy. I have nothing against him. I wish him well. Just needed a change. That's all. Folks can twist this all they want. I respect the man and wish him no ill will. But my answer has and will always be the same." He then directly addressed Owens, saying, "Now as for this dude, that's an entirely different story. You know how I feel about your sorry ass? And you know why? You should thank your Heavenly Father I haven't zeroed in on you with the trifling shit you tried to pull. Tell folks to ask ESPN what your desperate ass tried to pull. Keep on talking, eventually you'll expose yourself." A few minutes later, he tweeted again saying, "Or maybe I'll just dedicate an entire Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube this Monday to all the things you tried to pull behind the scenes to brothers over the years while claiming someone is more of a brother than others. Let me think about that over the next 24 hours. Owens then responded, "Here's the tweet. As you continue watching, so that we're all on the same page, I'll play the segment of the Joe Budden podcast when Stephen A. was talking about Max Kellerman. Then I'll also play the firsttake segment when Terrell Owens was telling Stephen A. Smith that Max Kellerman sounded more blacker than him."
I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A. with what he with his coming, you know, with his commentary.
With all due respect, my brother.
I'm just saying, dog.
Wait a minute. Wait to finish.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna check you right now. You don't cross the line.
I'm just saying.
Time. Wait a minute. You don't cross the line.
What do you say to the people that say they saw the tension between you and Max developing on air before his departure from the show? Did you hear any of that?
I heard some of it. I would take full responsibility for that. That's totally my fault.
Okay.
And the reason why it was my fault, because I didn't like working with him, man. It's just that damn simple. I didn't like it. I thought the show was stale. I thought that we had flatlined when it came to the public at large. And I'm trying to win. I mean, I didn't want to go from number one to number two when Skip left. That's not what I wasn't having that. That shit was not going to happen.
Did anything in the numbers say that you might have been headed that way?
No, but to me it did.
Creatively.
To me it did, not just creatively, but the consistency of the number.
Got it.
In other words, it wasn't going this way.
Yeah.
It was just there. And not only that, it's like us being in this room right now. Come on, y'all. Y'all know the difference between something that's stale and something you pumped up for. You just know.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I was feeling. And it was like, listen, I had mad respect from him from the standpoint that white dude, highly intelligent, Ivy League educated from Columbia, smart as a whip, can talk his ass off, can talk about anything. And I get all of that. But you weren't an athlete and you weren't a journalist. And the absence of the two components left people wondering, why should we listen to you? Okay, well, you might have had that figured out on Sports Nation, or you might have had that figured out on another show. But on this show, if you looked at the content emanating in the social stratosphere, meaning YouTube and other components that you use to measure one's cachet, Q ratings, focus groups, all of these different things, it was like I was damn near doing the show by myself because we were oceans apart in terms of cachet. Well, how are you oceans apart from me if you sit right across from me 5 days a week for the whole 2 hours? Because one of us is resonating and one of us is not in that platform. And so I was like, look, this is what it is. And we had a number of conversations, one-on-one, many, many times. I know this audience. I know what they're looking for. I know what they need, et cetera, et cetera. At some point, you're going to do what you need to do or you don't. And if you don't do what you need to do, I'm going to get somebody who will. That's me, and I made no qualms about it. Now, I didn't have the authority to let him go.
But you have coffee with the person that...
How about that? How about that? And so what I did was I've been very honest and very consistent about it. There's nothing personal. We weren't enemies or anything. To be real, we ain't spoke since, other than high and by, or if I had to go on the show when they were doing the morning show, I would get interviewed. But there's been no conversation since, and that's fine with me. That's no problem, because it wasn't like we were boys or anything like that. But at the end of the day, it was all business to me. And it was about, look, man, I'm trying to win. And I don't believe I can win with you. That doesn't mean it's your fault. It means we don't work. So when I went upstairs to management, my exact words were, look, if he's that important to you, give him first take. I'll leave.
Stephen A.
I'm telling you what I said. I'm only giving you what I said.
Old school trick.
I'm only giving you what I said.
God,
2 hours.
He went in that office hot.
2 hours later, I got the call. We're making a change.
Yeah, you just said fire.
So let me leave it to you guys. Do you think the theory that the black audience identifying more with Max Kellerman than Stephen Smith led to the split up? What do you think? Please drop a comment. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you.